regarding these precious ancient ecosystems, and it's so great that everyone could tune in today and support all the great work that Miranda's been doing. She's one of the most courageous women, people or things that I've ever met. Absolutely amazing, and I guess that's why she was awarded the Environmental Courage Award from the Bob Brown Foundation earlier this year. Truly courageous woman. And I might just pass it over to her because I've talked enough. So yeah, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to hear from Miranda, and then some other guest speakers will be joining us, like Julia Butterfly, who is the world record holder for tree sitting. She spent over 2 years in a tree. We'll hear from author Derek Jensen. Bob Brown will be joining us, as well as Senator Christine Milne. And we'll have an opportunity to hear questions from you guys directly to Miranda. So yeah, stay tuned. And here is the wonderful, courageous, amazing Miranda Gibson, live from the observatory.
Oh, thank you. Well, first I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who is joining in, and it's been, absolutely amazing to have so much support from people right across the globe, and it's amazing to be able to be talking to you today live from the treetops. And so, as you know, today marks 1 year since I climbed up this tree and vowed that I would stay here until the forests are protected. On that day, a year ago, I had no idea how long it would be, how long I would end up staying here in this tree. Definitely, I had hoped that by this stage the forest would have been protected, that these high conservation value forests that continue to be logged would be protected by now. Sadly, they are still under threat, and every day that I have been up here has been a reminder that those forests right across this state have been felled, and a lot of them been turned into plywood by a company called and shipped around the world. So that's why it's really important to have support from people around the world, and people speaking out and saying that they want to see these forests protected. So thank you so much for getting on board. Definitely, when I came up this tree, really I wanted to do something to show the world that these forests were under threat. And it was actually in August 2011 that the government in Australia made a commitment that they would protect these forests in a conservation agreement. That agreement was never fully implemented, and so on the 12th of December last year, logging started here in this area. This forest has actually been recommended and nominated for World Heritage Protection. It's been recommended by independent scientists for World Heritage. It's an amazing area of forest, and it's home to a lot of endangered species. And one of the amazing things that I've been able to be a part of before I came up the tree was putting out remote sensor video cameras that would capture footage of wildlife. And through this, we discovered that there were healthy Tasmanian devils living in this forest. Now, this species could be facing the brink of extinction. They are an endangered species that are being rapidly wiped out across the island by a terrible disease, and it's really important that we protect their habitat to give them the best chance of surviving into the future. A couple of days before I came up the tree, we actually found footage of a mother Tasmanian devil here taking food back to its young in the den, and it was, a really worrying time to think that those baby devils could be trapped in their den and die during logging operations. Luckily, after I came up the tree, through the international attention and the spotlight on these forests, the logging machinery left this forest in peace, and they haven't returned for a whole year while I've been up here. And it's been amazing to look out over this forest, over this upper canopy every day, and know that if I wasn't here, it would be a clear fell by now, and this tree that I've come to know so well would have been a stump. So it's really incredible to be here defending this forest. Obviously, it also goes beyond just this tree and this forest, and really it's about getting that protection for all of those areas in Tasmania that have been recommended now. They've been independently verified by scientists, national and world heritage value, and sadly the process that was in place to produce a forest agreement that would bring potentially an end to that logging has not done that. So regardless of what's happening with the forest agreement, what we do know is that logging is set to continue in these forests, and that's why I'm calling on people around the world to support me today and to support these forests. And it's been incredible so far. We've had so many people responding. We've had an amazing amount of support on Facebook and Twitter. So if you're linked into social media, now's a great time to jump on those things and to send out a message of support for the forest. We've had a whole range of people from countries right around the world taking photos of themselves with a sign about why they want to see the forest protected and popping that up onto our website. So thank you to everyone that's taken part so far, and I'm sure we're going to get a whole lot more over the course of the day as well. And I guess, I wanted to talk a little bit about what has been some of the highlights of this past year. I mean, it's been 365 days that I haven't set foot on the ground, and while it's been a challenging year, and obviously, there's a lot of difficulties with living 60 metres above the ground constantly, but it's also been a year full of amazing experiences, and I wanted to talk a bit about some of those to share them with you. I think one of the best moments for me has really been during the winter. Even though it was the toughest time because it was so cold, it was also the most beautiful and amazing time. And to be able to witness this forest in the snow was absolutely incredible. Behind me is a ridge that you can see is covered in forest, and it's absolutely a beautiful green forest. But it was so incredible to watch it transform into a white forest in the snow, and to see basically everything in sight are covered in white snow. It was absolutely magical, and definitely one of my favourite times. Some other highlights are definitely seeing a lot of wildlife, and to realise how much these trees and this ecosystem supports, how much life it supports. I get so many visits up here from amazing birds, and that's one of the highlights of being up here at the bird's eye view. And some of the most spectacular birds I've seen is wedge-tailed eagles, also an endangered species here in Tasmania. There's only about 60 breeding pairs left, and so it's absolutely so great and a really incredible experience to be in this tree and to watch one fly over above. I've also had a white goshawk, which is also endangered, land in the tree right next door to me, so that was incredible too. I get daily visits from a whole range of other birds, and it's really just such a beautiful experience to wake up here every day, to have seen it over all 4 seasons and the way the forest changes so much over that time. And I think through this experience, it's been a real personal journey and a life-changing experience for me, because before I came up the tree, I obviously believed in protecting these forests, and I obviously had a strong connection to them. But through this experience of personally witnessing the forest every single day, I have really come to know how important it is that we do protect these areas. If we allow these areas to continue to be logged at the rate that they are being logged, then Tasmania is going to lose its most valuable asset, its unique high conservation and old growth forests. And these types of forests, they just don't grow back the same once they've been logged. Here in Tasmania, there's practices of clear felling, cable logging, and after that they go and high intensity burn the area. It really disrupts the ecosystem and means that a lot of rainforest species that don't grow back well after fire are taken away from these landscapes, and it's a massive impact on the biodiversity that exists in these areas. So thank you so much for supporting this cause, supporting me in the tree, and hopefully together through what we're doing, putting pressure on companies like and putting pressure on the Australian government, that we can actually get an outcome for these forests and we can protect these forests. So thank you. We're also I'm going to be answering some of your questions and talking a little bit more after some of the guest speakers. So please send in any questions you've got that you want me to answer. You can post them on our Facebook page, which is Observatory, and you can also pop them on Twitter if you use the hashtag #IStandWithMiranda. We'll be checking those while we go to our guest speakers, and I'll speak again and hopefully answer some of the questions that you've got. Yeah, that's all for me for now.
Thanks so much, Miranda. That's really, really amazing hearing, straight from the tree about your amazing experience up here. And I'm up here right now. The atmosphere is incredible. It's hard to imagine you know, this is your reality. It's hard. I'm in your reality right now, and it's unfathomable. I just can't imagine what it's like for you to be up here. But you've just shared such a valuable insight, and yeah, thank you so much. Another person who has spent a lot of time in the treetops is Julia Butterfly Hill, who is a forest activist from the US. She spent 738 days up a giant redwood tree in a bid to protect it from logging. So yeah, she is the the world record holder for tree. And she's going to be joining us right now. She's quite game. She's gone on to do a lot of things after she came down out of the tree. She obviously she had a lot of publicity while she was up there. She's gone on to start a foundation called What's Your Tree, which works with individuals and community organisations to run workshops to sort of harness the power that they have as individuals to make a positive change in society and in their campaigns. And she's also a founder of the Engage Network, which networks non-government organisations and community-based organisations, again, to bring about positive change, whether it be for social justice or environmental justice. And yeah, she goes around running these workshops, and she's an amazing speaker, and we're lucky enough to have her joining us here in the observatory. She is in the US. And yeah, she's going to be joining us right now. It's a big privilege to have her. Julia Butterfly, thanks.
Thank you.
Joining us here in the observatory. She is in the US. And yeah, she's going to be joining us right now. It's a big privilege to have her. Julia Butterfly, thanks.
Thank you.
For having lived in an over 1,000-year-old ancient redwood tree in Northern California in the United States for over 2 years without touching the ground. To permanently protect the tree, but to also call for permanent protection of our world's old-growth forests. I understand from first-hand experience how incredibly difficult and challenging the stand that Miranda Gibson is taking, living in a tree now for a year, to call for the permanent protection of Tasmania's old-growth forests. When we see someone like Miranda taking such great risks, risking her very life for a cause, we know that all systems are failing. Governments are failing in their responsibility to protect the public trust. Corporations are failing in their responsibility to provide goods and services that not only make our world a better place, but protect our planet for today and future generations. And consumers are failing in paying attention to what they buy and learning what and who is impacted by their consumer choices. It is an honor to stand in solidarity with Miranda and to call on all of you to stand in solidarity with Miranda, calling for the permanent protection of Tasmania's old-growth forests, but also calling for protection of our world's old-growth forest. Not only do they help provide a stable climate, they are some of the most important biodiversity banks on our planet, and they also are crucial in protecting the water that we need to survive. Thank you, Miranda, and I honor you on this 1-year anniversary of you living atop a beautiful tree, doing everything you can, risking your own life to call attention to the importance of these trees and these forests in our lives. Please, everyone who's watching, do everything that you can to support and to stand in solidarity. Together, we can change our world from being one that sees forests only as lumber and board feed, and instead sees our forests as an integral relationship that we co-relate with, protecting our planet for today and for all the children to come. Fly Hill. I am most known for having lived in an over 1,000-year-old ancient redwood tree in Northern California in the United States for over 2 years without touching the ground. To permanently protect the tree, but to also call for permanent protection of our world's old-growth forests. I understand from first-hand experience how incredibly difficult and challenging the stand that Miranda Gibson is taking, living in a tree now for a year, to call for the permanent protection of Tasmania's old-growth forests. When we see someone like Miranda taking such great risks, risking her very life for a cause, we know that all systems are failing.
Thank you, Julia Butterfly Hill. It's so great to have your support, and definitely means a lot to me knowing that you have had a similar experience in living at the top of a tree for such a long time. And thank you to all the people who have been sending in their questions. Keep it up. It's great to have your support and to have some questions from you. So I'm going to answer a couple of those questions now. We had someone sending in a question about the peace deal. This has definitely been, a big issue here in Tasmania. What's going to happen with the process of what's going on with the Tasmanian Forest Agreement? At the moment, it's been stalled by the Legislative Council, and I guess from my perspective, I think what's happening is a real concern, because it basically means that it will be locking in logging, at least for over the summer period, where a lot of forests are going to be lost. And after that, there's so much uncertainty about whether the agreement will be put in place, and even if it does get put in place, what will happen in terms of forest protection. There's no clear timelines in the agreement. There's no clear guarantee that those areas will ever be protected. Yet there's a whole range of clauses that will be propping up and supporting the forest industry in their destruction of native forest logging. I think that we as Tasmania can do a lot better to find a solution that would bring real environmental protection for these areas. So I think it's really important that to move forward, we find a way that we can actually not only protect high conservation value forests here, but reduce the industry and change the industry so that we aren't intensifying the logging of native forests. One of the key problems we've had in Tasmania over the years has been the industrial scale destruction for the wood chipping industry, and we've seen in recent years the collapse of the wood chip market. So it seems absolutely ridiculous that right now the industry would be pushing to go backwards, to reinvigorate the wood chip industry and to prop that up, to look at options like biomass, which is burning these forests for electricity, and basically a whole range of other options that would lock in the destruction of these forests. So I guess in summary, that's my perspective on the forest agreement. I really hope that we will, however, have protection for these forests, and one key thing that we can look to for the Australian government to do is to put in place a World Heritage nomination for these areas. They've actually been recommended now for that protection, and it's early next year in 2013 that the government has an opportunity to get those forests nominated and listed for World Heritage. And so I encourage all of you to help in terms of putting pressure on the Australian government to put that World Heritage protection in place. So thank you so much to the people that sent in the questions about the forest agreement, and I'll definitely be answering some of your other questions again shortly.
Okay, yes, thank you very much for sending in all those questions, and thank you, Miranda, for answering them so incredibly articulately. Now, joining us now is a very special guest, the leader of the Australian Greens, Christine Milne. She's an absolute legend when it comes to conservation in Tasmania and Australia, and she is the real voice for the grassroots groups in Canberra, in the capital, in federal parliament. I spoke earlier about Miranda being the sentinel of the Tyana Valley, looking out, being the guardian, standing over, watching over this place. And Christine, to me, is a little bit like that in the Australian Senate. She's there watching out, you know, she's the voice of reason in what often, in a political landscape, which often baffles Miranda and myself, and pays no respect to the environment. And Christine's really the voice of reason, and we love having her in Canberra, supporting the grassroots activists who are standing up for Tasmania's irreplaceable ancient forests. And she's joining us live now. Where is she? Is she in Strawn, or is she in Canberra?
Yeah, well, I think it's a big day for people involved in the Greens, not just because of my 1 year in the tree, but also there's a big celebration for the anniversary of protecting another important area of Tasmania, and that's the ending the plans to dam the Franklin River. So I'd say she'll be involved in some celebrations for that, which will be happening around the country today.
Yeah, she played a big role in that. She also played a big role in extending the World Heritage Area down here to include some of the finest examples of tall, wet eucalypt forest down here. As I said, she's a conservation legend, as Miranda is, and that's why she's joining us right now to support Miranda in the observatory. Thanks a lot, Christine.
Thank you, Julia Butterfly Hill. So great to have your support, and definitely means a lot to me knowing that you have had a similar experience in living at the top of a tree for such a long time.
Amazing woman. You are so inspiring to everyone who cares about saving our planet for future generations. Where other people talk about it, you have given up a year of your life to document the forests, to follow our wonderful species like the Tasmanian devil, to look at the changing of the seasons, to feel those changes in the forests, to watch the birds come and go. And you've told the whole world this story. You've told people that these magnificent forests in Tasmania will be logged if people don't stand up for them. People have been campaigning for the saving of high conservation value forests for a long time. Australian Greens leader. I have to say, you are an amazing woman. You are so inspiring to everyone who cares about saving our planet for future generations. Where other people talk about it, you have given up a year of your life to document the forests, to follow our wonderful species like the Tasmanian devil, to look at the changing of the seasons, to feel those changes in the forests, to watch the birds come and go. And you've told the whole world this story. You've told people that these magnificent forests in Tasmania will be logged if people don't stand up for them. People have been campaigning for the saving of high conservation value forests for a long time. Australian Greens leader. I have to say, you are an amazing woman. You are so inspiring to everyone who cares about saving our planet for future generations. Where other people talk about it, you have given up a year of your life to document the forests, to follow our wonderful species like the Tasmanian devil, to look at the changing of the seasons, to feel those changes in the forests, to watch the birds come and go.
Thank you to Christine Milne for that lovely message. It's so great that we have the technology in this campaign to be doing this, and hearing from all these people and hearing from you as well, all you guys out there who are listening online. It's really amazing. Miranda's really isolated out here, but at the same time, she's so incredibly connected to voices like Christine who are in Canberra, lobbying hard for the protection of Tasmania's forests. And she's also so connected to all her supporters, like you guys that are listening out there today. It's really, it's quite amazing. And as I said, the atmosphere here is really amazing. You can feel the isolation and the wildness of this place, but at the same time, you can feel that connectedness that Miranda has, and that this tree has, and that connectedness that Miranda's created with this forest, and brought the voice of this forest to the world, to you guys listening, and to the policymakers and decision makers in government. And I think it's really having an impact.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to answer a few other questions now. And actually, one of those questions was related to that issue about being isolated up here. And a lot of people ask me about that. And when people say, well, what's the hardest thing about being in the tree, then I definitely say that being isolated, being away from my friends and family is one of the hardest things. We received quite an interesting question, actually, whether I think there's a difference between isolation and solitude. And I think it's been an amazing and incredible year to be, going through that challenge of being so isolated, but also, on the other side, I guess, solitude, which is kind of the positive side of that. And it has been this amazing experience for me to connect with this forest by being up here on my own, and it's just me and this forest and all the animals and birds that live here. So it's been a really amazing year for me to come to know this forest and come to know myself as well. And I guess to break the isolation, there's also been a few visits from people, and people often ask me who the best visitors have been. And while I don't get that many visitors up in the tree, it's always a pleasure when I do get to have a bit of company for a while. And one of my favourite times has been when my family have had the chance to come and visit. So I did have my mum come up to the tree, and she came and stayed for about 4 days in the tree, which was so brave of her because she'd actually never been camping before, definitely never been to the top of a tree before. And she was so brave, came all the way up here and even committed to staying for a few days. And I think the experience was quite life-changing for her as well. And I think it is an experience for so many people when they do come to these forests, that it definitely is life-changing, because it's an incredible experience to be, a humbling experience to be here in a 400-year-old tree looking out across an ecosystem that is so ancient. And I think my mum really appreciated that opportunity. And of course it was a lot of fun having her up here too, which was great. And then I was also lucky enough to then have a visit from my sister a few months after that, and she also really appreciated the chance to come and see what I'm doing, and to also be able to show her support for what I'm doing. And then the last person in my family who's yet to come up was my dad, who's going to come up next week, just before Christmas, and see me. So that will be, everyone in my family have had a chance to experience the observatory, and I think a very unique experience for them. Another notable visit I had was from former Senator Bob Brown, who is an amazing icon in the environment movement of Australia, and to have him visit me up here in the tree and have a chat here 60 metres above the ground about these forests was really inspirational for me. He's going to be talking at the live stream, which will be happening tonight at 6:30 p.m. on Hobart time in Australia. So if you want to catch his talk, you can watch in then, or you can also it will be up online after that as well, so you can check that out. And yeah, it was online. If you go to the observatory website, there's a whole range of videos that I've posted over the year too, so you can check out the video I made about when my mum came up and when Bob Brown came up, and also of the first snowfall, which I was talking about before. So yeah, make sure you get online and check those out. And I guess, just want to say thank you so much. And there's been a lot of people who have been sending in lots of comments and lots of questions, and I will try to answer a few more. So if you want to get online now, send those through by Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to take part in the visual petition. So the idea with this, and we've had a lot of submissions for it so far from Facebook and Twitter, is if you want to go now and grab a piece of paper or a banner, make a simple sign, and the key message that we have suggested for people to write is to say, "I stand with Miranda, World Heritage Protection Now." Though, of course, I would also love to hear your personal comments and your personal thoughts about why you want to see the forest protected. So you can be as creative as you want with that sign, and whatever messages you want to send across. And if you send those through on the Facebook site, on the Twitter, then we'll be collecting all of those. And basically it can create a visual petition that we can use to show the government, to show the industry that there actually is a whole lot of support out there. There's people who really want to see these forests protected, who are going to take a moment out of their time today to make a sign, take a picture and put it online. And by doing that act, you show that you are committed to seeing these forests protected, and that this movement is right across the world. It's not just me sitting in a tree. It's supported by thousands of people, and I think that's really what we're going to need to get these forests protected. I mean, obviously, I think being in the tree is making a huge difference, but alone, I'm not going to be able to save these forests all alone. Really, my action has to act as a catalyst for the community to get on board, for the community to speak up, because I think it's together, our voices right across the globe, that we can put pressure on those involved in the destruction and make a difference. We've already seen so far over the year that I've been up here an amazing show of support and the impact that that's having. One example is definitely with the company Tar-An, which I mentioned before. Now, what's been going on in Tasmania is that they have been responsible for the destruction of these forests. They have been identified as the key driver behind high conservation value forests being logged, yet they're selling those products around the world as an environmentally friendly product. They're labelling it as an eco product. And it has been so important that people who are buying these products and people who are out there know that this is the reality of what's going on. And so it's been great to be from the treetop speaking out about that and really being able to highlight that so that people are aware of what's happening. And also there's a very simple thing that you can do to get on board to support that campaign by on my website there's a link to the cyber action, and that means that you can send a message, an email directly to those corporate customers of Tar-An. So these are the companies that are buying those products off Tar-An, and it's about letting them know that you want to see these forests protected, and that means that they will put that to Tar-An, that will encourage them to put that pressure on Tar-An and say, well, we don't want to accept any wood that comes out of those areas that have been identified as high conservation value forest. We don't want to accept wood that is responsible for the destruction, large-scale destruction of native forests. And so really what we need is the global community to get on board so that we can actually make a difference and protect these forests.
Okay, So, yeah, you're tuned to Observatory, what should we call it? Observatory TV, live streaming. We've got some more guest speakers for you coming throughout the day. We'll be uploading a talk by a critically acclaimed American author, Jensen, who's really well known for his works on issues regarding the environment and I guess his stance on the inherently unsustainable nature of Western civilization, and he'll be joining us throughout the day. We'll be uploading a talk by him. He's a very smart man, and he does a lot of spoken word. So it should be a really interesting talk by him. He's got a background in native forest campaigning. He played a major role in the campaigns in the 90s to protect native forests in the US. And he's, like I said, a critically acclaimed author and academic. So stay tuned for his talk, which we'll be uploading to the website later in the day. Other talks that we have lined up, as Miranda said, Bob Brown will be joining us for the Hobart event this evening, which should be an amazing talk. There's no one better than Bob Brown to fire the crowd up and really articulate the drastic action that's needed to protect our planet in this day and age. So yeah, that should be a fantastic talk. Another talk that we have is from a protest camp in Canada, the Unistoten camp, which is blockading a proposed pipeline for a gas project, and it's a campaign run by Indigenous people from Canada, and they've set up a camp. They've been there how long? A long time. Yeah, a long time. So it's another group of people who are taking action like Miranda, and they've sent a message. I'm not sure if we've got it live or whether we'll be uploading it later in the day.
I think, we might cross now and see if we can go live too and hear from them. Obviously, as you can understand, it can be a little bit tricky doing live stream from the treetops and around the world. So let's hope this works, and if not, we'll come back to us and we can talk a little bit more. So stay tuned. Obviously, as you can understand, it can be a little bit tricky doing live stream from the treetops and around the world. So let's hope this works, and if not, we'll come back to us and we can talk a little bit more. So stay tuned.
Yar, folks. Stay tuned. We're working through the technical problems. This is D. Shanger in the shadows. There's technical problems on their end. It's understandable. I'm trying to communicate to her on her live chat, and it so far doesn't seem that she can read her live chat. Oh, let me cut away. Sorry. I'll be back.
From the Samusu clan, and my wife here is Frida Houston, and
I'm from the Hudastaten people of the Headwaters, and this is whose territory we're on. It's my territory, my clan's.
We're really proud of what you're doing. It's amazing the level of commitment that you have. There's a lot of people who are really inspired by the work that you're doing, and it really inspires us. You know, we're out here on the land with our supporters, protecting this territory, and we need more people like you. We need a lot more people like you out there willing to do what it takes to stop these companies from coming in and destroying these lands. What you're doing is admirable. You're protecting entire ecosystems that are still intact from being logged and replaced with these plantations that are designed to just allow people to come back in and log another 80 years from now, or 50 years, or however long it takes for these trees to grow. And we're basically doing the same fight. The fight that we're doing up here is to try and protect what's left of this, the old growth forest. There's not too much of it left. You know, these logging companies they're greedy. They're hungry. The largest sawmill in the world is located down this road. The road that we take to come out to our camp up here has the world's largest sawmill on it. Canfor opened up the world's largest sawmill, I believe it was in 2004, and they want to destroy everything that is needed for us to sustain not just ourselves but our culture. We're out here physically stopping a pipeline from coming onto our territory, but we're also active in protecting the territory from other industrial activities. Last August we had an action camp where about 200 people came in from all over the world to come and support us, and it was a beautiful experience, one of the most powerful experiences that a lot of people had, including us, in a really long time. And there was workshops that occurred during that time period. Different people kept coming in throughout the days to participate in the workshops that we had. And it's a long trek to get out here, but a lot of the people actually risk driving up these logging roads, these dangerous logging roads, because there's a lot of logging activity back here. And during the action camp, I actually stopped a logging company called Canfor. Canfor wanted to come in and log out the areas back here, and when we asked them to have a look at their logging plans, we realized that they were actually logging large blocks along the right-of-way, the proposed right-of-way for the pipelines that want to come through here. And previous to that, a year before, we confronted Canfor out on the territory here because they were actually logging a huge swath of land across the Gosnell Creek, which is the place where a lot of the salmon that we depend on give birth to their young. And they logged, 25 kilometers? About a 25 kilometer swath of land along the Gosnell Creek, right up to the creek. There was hardly any buffer zones or no buffer zones in a lot of the areas that they logged to protect the salmon. And they started logging on the eastern side just this past year, and huge swaths of land started to be cleared. And we stopped them from coming. So we've been active out here on the territories for quite a few years. We're grassroots people. We're here to protect the lands. These lands are unceded. They belong to us. They have never been transferred over. There's no document anywhere that says that we've transferred the rights of these territories to anybody else. So the government's been notified of this, industry's been notified of this, and all of the other sellout Aboriginal people out there, whether they come from Indian bands or tribal councils or boardroom people, they've all been notified that the territories are no longer going to be under any of their control. They belong to the grassroots people. We're the ones that live here out on the territories. We're the ones that are occupying these places. We're the ones that are protecting them, because it's our unborn's future that's at risk, and we're not going to let anybody jeopardize that. We're the ones that are occupying these places. We're the ones that are protecting them, because it's our unborn's future that's at risk, and we're not going to let anybody jeopardize that.
And people finding out more and getting involved. And it's great to have international solidarity across these different campaigns right around the world, because we are really absolutely fighting for the same thing, and that's to make a better world where we can have an environment that's protected for our future. It's also been another amazing part of our international solidarity from the treetops has been that I've had the opportunity to connect up as well with people from Sarawak, and it's interesting the connections between Tasmania and the Malaysian state of Sarawak. The company Ta'an, who I was talking about before, they're actually based over in Sarawak, and as well as being involved in the destruction of forests here, they're involved in the destruction of forests in Sarawak, and it's absolutely devastating, not only for the environment, but it's having a massive impact on the communities there. Indigenous people who rely on those forests, their homelands, for their livelihoods and for their traditions and their culture, are being displaced from their homelands due to the logging in that area. And so it's really important that it's not just about the forest in Tasmania, but it's looking at a global scale how we can make a difference and do something to improve what's happening to the environment here and around the world, and have solidarity with Indigenous people around the world who are impacted by environmental destruction. So I had the privilege recently of talking via Skype to some of the community leaders over in Sarawak. They came over to Australia to do a tour to talk to people in Australia, and to hopefully they will be taking that message globally around the world as well, to talk about what's happening, not just there with the logging, but also a massive threat that's also related to Tasmania, which is the construction of dams. One of the government business enterprises that we have in Tasmania, Hydro Tasmania, has been playing a role in the construction of these massive dams over in Malaysia. There's a lot of proposed dams that, if they go ahead, are set to displace thousands of people. These are communities, Indigenous communities, who have not been given a choice. They have not even been properly informed about what's going to happen to them, about where they're going to be moved to, what the conditions are going to be. And meanwhile, the plan is to flood their entire villages, their entire homelands. So it's an absolute international disgrace. And I was really inspired when I had the chance to talk via Skype with some of the community leaders from there, and to find out what's going on there, and to see, it's absolutely inspiring. They had a blockade with 300 people from the communities out there directly stopping the construction of those dams. They've spoken out, they've come all the way over to Australia to speak out, so it's absolutely inspiring. And I encourage people as well to take a look through my website. You can watch a video there of the talk that I did over Skype with those people and from Sarawak, and find out a bit more. So definitely thanks so much for all the international solidarity. It's been great, and it's been amazing today. I've been absolutely so inspired to every time I look on Facebook or Twitter to see people from another country, another place around the world offering their solidarity for this campaign. And I think on a global level it's so significant that we can actually stand together for these forests and for the environment. So thank you. And so I know I've said it already, but I'll say again to, if you haven't already, make sure you get involved and take part in that petition. We're going to have stuff happening all day today. As Ed said before, we're going to hear from Derek Jensen a little bit later. So check back on the website here. We'll be uploading those videos. Also, if you're around tonight, 6:30 at Hobart time, we'll be doing another live stream with a whole range of other speakers as well. I might go to a few other questions now as well. I've received an email from a group that's meeting together today in Sydney, Australia, to listen in. So great to have you there, and hosted by Green Senator Lee Rhiannon, who is an amazing, inspiring woman as well, and she actually came up here to the treetops to visit me a little while ago, and really inspiring to have her to come and visit me. And so she's with a group of young people today that have got together to join in and listen, and they've sent in a few questions, so I thought I would like to answer some of those. One of the questions they sent in is it scary up here? And I mean, I actually get asked that question a lot, and I don't really find it too scary. It's definitely up quite high, but it's almost easy to forget that I'm up high. I have to look over the edge of the platform to remember that I'm 60 metres above the ground. Luckily, I always have my harness on and connected by a rope to the tree, so if I ever did slip over the edge, I would be caught by my rope and I'd be okay, so that makes me feel a little bit comforted. I mean, I guess one thing is that it can be quite windy. It's quite high up, as you can see behind me, that, you know, there's not really many other trees up at this height on this level of the canopy, so it's quite exposed and it does get quite windy, and also when it's windy the tree moves around a lot, so sometimes that can be a little bit scary. So thanks for sending that question in, and yeah, anyone else out there listening who has a question, make sure you send it in. If I don't get to answer them in this session, then you can definitely listen in as well at our evening session tonight, and I'll try and get to some more of those. Another question from some of the young people there in Sydney was what I do when it rains, and I've actually got a pretty good setup up here. I've got a little on my platform, half of it's covered by a tarp, and it's actually an incredible tarp because it's made out of clear plastic, so it means when it rains I can actually still sit inside, but I'll be able to watch the rain and watch the forest and still feel like I'm part of the forest. And I'll see how this goes, but I'll see if I can even show you a little bit of the view and a little bit of my house. So as you can see behind me is a spectacular ridge of pristine forest. It's absolutely spectacular. And then looking out this way, we've got this is the Tiana Valley, and sadly out there in the Tiana there is a few clear fells that have been scarred the landscape, and it is sad to see those areas that have been logged out there, and I just hope that they are the last of their kind in this area and that there is no more logging here in the Tiana. So I'll take you on a little tour. So now we're heading inside. This is my house, and as you can see, it's got this clear tarp, and this is what the roof looks like. So I can always watch the tree even when it's raining. And I sleep on a swag on the floor with my sleeping bag. And that's basically my house. I've just got yeah, a small little platform, and basically have everything up here that I could possibly need and survive with over the past year. So we'll just...
Yeah, it truly is another world up here. Once you get up here, you sort of forget that you're in a tree, because Miranda's made this tree her home. It's more like being in someone's house almost. If you don't look down, you can forget that you are actually in a tree. But I think Miranda downplays a lot of things, because I think her courage and bravery is probably, well, obviously it's absolutely huge, and much bigger than your average person. But Miranda's no stranger to putting herself in these sorts of situations when it comes to standing up for the protection of Tassie's forests. She's done so many tree sits in the past. Sometimes I think that she might be part marsupial. When I met her, I was actually at a forest protest in East Gippsland in Victoria, and and she climbed a tree, and we had arranged people to rotate and relieve her of her duties. You know, she stayed up for a day or two, and she was happy just to stay up there. She didn't need any relief, and she started again up here for a whole year, completely unrelieved, feet never touched the ground. So I think you downplay it a little bit because you have superhuman levels of bravery and courage, and I think that's why you've captured the hearts and imaginations of so many people around the world, and all you people. I assume most of you people would agree with me, that your hearts and minds have been captured by her amazing effort, and that's why you're joining us. So yeah, if you do have any comments of inspiration, or any messages of support, do send them in through Observatory, through Facebook Observatory, and hashtag I Stand With Miranda if you are on Twitter. Yeah, send them through. We've got a whole day to field your questions, and as we go towards the Australian live stream event this evening at 6:30.
Yep, great. So yeah, that's us wrapping up for the first live stream. And as Ed said, you can join us again tonight if that suits you for your time zone, and definitely get all those questions in. And yeah, thank you so much. It's been so great to have so many people out there taking part in this, watching online, and it's been great, the interaction as well. So amazing to have all those questions coming through, and yeah, looking forward to checking out all of your photos. We'll be putting together slideshows of those photos as they come in, and you'll be able to check that out on Facebook and on Flickr, and we'll also be putting it up on the observatory.org blog as well. So yeah, check out all the amazing, inspiring actions from right around the world that are taking place today in support of these forests. So thank you, and see you later. Bye.
Yeah, folks, I guess for now that was a short stream, about an hour long. Yes, I don't know when they're going to stream next. She did say later on today their time. That was live from Tasmania, the southern island just south of Australia, down under. And that's Miranda Gibson, who has been in a tree now. This is her first anniversary. She's been there for one whole year. Yes, so we are, yeah, it is 8:07 our time, Eastern Standard Time here at Occupy Toronto. In 2.5 hours, we have Devine's First Nations show, Occupy Toronto's longest running show since week 1. This is week 61, and it's actually the Occupy World's longest running show. We have a lot of issues to talk about tonight. There's Attawapiscat's chief, Teresa Spence, who's been on a hunger strike since earlier in the week in Ottawa, and she has said she's preparing to die for her cause, because here De Beers is on her lands in Northern Ontario making billions from diamonds, and while her people are living in third world conditions, and the Red Cross has backed her up on that, and the government is turning a blind eye. So to help her people, she's on a hunger strike. So we're going to give you lots of updates about Teresa Spence tonight. Other things is Idle No More. I had a rally and march on Monday against CAP, Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers. They were having a convention or meeting of sorts at Sheridan Center, and Devine was there, and he's going to update you on that. He's going to decolonization issues. So stay tuned in 2.5 hours, wherever in the world you're watching from, for Devine's First Nations show. We'll stay on top of this tree Miranda's story. I have no idea. I know we were asked to stream it there. You have the Facebook link there for the North American feed, and I wish I knew a bit more info. And I wish on the live chat we can communicate with her. I know I've been trying to ask her questions on the live chat. I don't have Facebook or Twitter open at the same time when I'm restreaming, or else I lose the signal. I mean, as it was cutting in and out. So I was just trying to communicate on the live chat. So it can only get better. And Miranda Gibson rocks, folks. I'm going to give you that link for those of you that tuned in a little late. There you go. That's the Facebook link. We were asked to be the official live stream for North America in the mirroring. I'd say they have a few technical problems, and only because criticism is very necessary to move the struggle further, and that's the only reason I say it. Because I love what Miranda's doing. He needs to get the information out, but a lot of technical problems to overcome, but practice makes perfect. I just love what she's doing. There's 51 viewers on hers and 66 viewers on us. And we account, because we're mirroring, we're only one of those 51 viewers because we're just mirroring. So that's pretty good for her first anniversary there. Yes, Davine is behind us here at Ideal Coffee in Kensington Market, for those of you know Toronto and the legendary Kensington Market. Beautiful, beautiful area. So stay tuned for Davine's show. We will update you as Miranda's story gets updated. And our heart goes out to Miranda. Miranda, you rock. From Occupy Toronto and everybody. It's just an amazing, amazing story. And you know, the Facebook link has a link to her website, which is observertree.org. I know some people say org, but we don't say that. So observertree.org is her website. Yes, this is her first anniversary of being up in the tree. And this is pretty good live stream from up there, all things considering. I just wish we can communicate with her. But a soon come, as they say in Jamaica. Is there any questions that people have on our live chat that I could possibly answer? Or if Sakura is on the live chat, maybe Sakura can answer some questions as well. Does anybody have any questions about Miranda Gibson's story? I don't know much about her background. There's good information at observertree.org. Let me give you that link. Yarr. Here's the link there if you want more questions. It seems like she's only taking, which is weird. It's not the way to do it, but criticism is necessary to move the struggle further. She's only taking questions from Facebook and Twitter, which in the live stream world is a slow. No. The live chat is the way to go. But that's just us. But I wish there was a way for you on the live chat to communicate with her when she is live. And I'm sure it ain't easy. And probably being in the middle of nowhere in an ancient forest in Tasmania. And it's to call attention to saving that ancient forest, which is what we should be doing on the planet. We should be saving the planet. We should not be raping and pillaging Mother Earth. How many hundreds? I don't know the story behind that. ancient forest. I wish there was more information about that, but I'm sure it's not easy being up in a tree like that and doing that for a year and being in that rhythm, and now taking to live stream. But practice makes perfect. Yar observatory. Yeah. Well, the live.observatory.org. Okay, when I tried that, Fred, I had a hell of a time finding this link, and we were the official one. It's really okay. I don't want to belabor the point. ER. Let's see if that. ER. Anyways, here is the link, nonetheless, that we were mirroring. This is where you go to, and trust me, a lot of people. There you go. That's the one. So if you really want to know what's what in terms of where she was actually live streaming and where we were mirroring, that's the one. Now you could type in questions on the live chat, and I tried asking so many questions. Well, a few, like asking a simple question. Miranda, can you see this live chat here? And only because, criticism is necessary to move the struggle further. And we have so much live stream experience, like nobody's business. And we love to pass on the knowledge. And we would love for her to get her information out a lot smoother, a lot cleaner, and reach a lot more people than... Because it was hard trying to track down that. It is incredible how hard it was. So, for now, I think... does anybody have any questions? Well, I think Ripsomes, I think it's laggy. She's live streaming from her cell phone, which in the middle of where they are, and she's probably got a booster antenna attached to it. I don't know how middle of nowhere, but it is Tasmania. It's not as populated as the mainland. It is a huge island, and so she can have a better signal. Yes, but this woman's got heart. I love what she's doing. I just wish. Anyways, I love what she's doing. And Miranda Gibson, you rock, sister. You rock. And Canada's with you. Yar. Yeah, First of all, let me say about livestream.com is the best. It is the Rolls Royce. The Rolls Royce of live stream accounts. But it just came out in the summer, don't forget, the new.livestream.com, and it is very buggy. Why they regressed from the perfection of the standard livestream.com account, like what you're watching right now, I'm not impressed, I must say. I love livestream.com, but it's really, really buggy and really, really, really a lot of problems. Even the new live chat. I don't know. There's a lot of technical problems I saw there. I think I don't know. I'm not impressed. But it just came out at the end of the summer, so they're working through the bugs, but they could have done a lot better. We love our account, and livestream.com did donate that. And yeah, yeah, I don't know there, Ribble. She does have some height on the antenna there. That's so right, Cool Roy. But I have suspect, I have no idea, except I do know from Secure that she is live streaming from her video phone, and I do know you could add antennas to those. You can get devices for that. And you're right, Cool Roy. she does have the height, being up in the trees. Today is her 1st anniversary. Actually, I guess they're on the 14th. They're about, what, 12, 13 hours ahead, I believe. Thank you for that link there, Fred. Yar. Yar. I think we need a lot more actions. I think Miranda is inspiring a lot of people. There were solidarity letters today. If you read at the website from Nick Cave, the likes of Nick Cave and Daryl Hannah throwing their support behind Miranda. It was really, really good. I was glad that we were asked to be the North American live stream for it. Sakura has live streamed with us at Occupy Toronto. She has live streamed from Egypt before, and other places that we will not mention where. So Sakura is a pretty wild activist, and you should check out Sakura's website, protestbarrack.net. Barrick Gold, a really nasty entity, the world's largest gold company. And Sakura, keep up the great fight. Yes. So, any more questions before we sign off, and then we'll see you in 2 hours with Devine's First Nation show live, and his brand new co-host, his son of 3 weeks old, Yar Adeowen, which means bravery in Nishnabbe. Yes, Yar Hotfoot. Toby, how's it going? So, just let's hear it from the live chat. See, this is the rhythm she should be in. What do you think of Miranda? Let's hear you on the live chat, folks. Yar, and yar. And I know that we cut out a little bit here and there, so I'm going to have to fix that in the archive so it's just in one player, or maybe I'll just upload this one single file it will be stored in the laptop. That might be a cleaner one. What? Hotfoot? My computer does not run live stream very well. It's taking me 10 minutes to post a comment. What do you mean? From when you hit enter to when it shows that? Wait a minute. Are you on dial-up? Can you even hear me? 10-minute lag? I've never heard of that. Not even dial-up is that slow. Really, Hotfoot? I don't know if she's a school teacher, but she has been there for a year there, Coolroy. Yeah. I don't know. That observertree.arg, as we say in Toronto, .arg. Who says org? We say arg. Has a lot of information about Miranda Gibson. Yes. And I like the link ups. It seems like they were using a Webcaster for that. Yar. Yeah. It's very inspiring. I have the mirror on just in case they're going live. We'll see it. Livestream.com is the best. But get the bugs out of the new livestream.com. Yar. 740 Sydney Radio, yes. You're looking at some of the YouTube posts that she has on observatory.org. Yar. Yar. sorry, answering a live chat question. Yar. They're asking what time it was in Toronto. Very typical and very standard because we live streamers are very international thinking, so we got to think through a lot of different time zones. So asking a simple question, what time it was in Toronto, is important. Uh, Thank you, Kenny. Okay, so we just heard from the live chat. Someone's listening to the live chat. Thank you, Kenny White. She's been helping me all day. So the next stream from there will be in 6 hours. So that'll be just at the tail end of Devine's show. So those of you that tune into Devine's show, we will be monitoring that feed. And it seems like 6 hours from now will be 2:30 in the morning. So we will be mirroring that. And as she said, she's going to be live streaming all day. And yar, yar, and yar. Thank you, Kenny. Kimmy. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Ripsums. And Mari's going to be here. A lot of you at Occupy Toronto knows Mari, a grand host, one of the pillars. She should be doing more live streaming. But no one's getting paid here. So you can only encourage people. And Mari is a natural. She's taking the live stream really well. I wish she would do more. Thank you, Cool Roy. Thank you for those great updates. My name is D. Shanger. I'm a mod and a live stream director here at Occupy Toronto since day one. As is Devine and a lot of... We have a great live stream team here. Cool Roy is part of it. Fred, 109 there on the live chat, and mods. The mods! Big up to the mods. Where would the live chat be without the mods? Mari! We are live, Mari!
What's up?
We're live. We were just talking about you.
No way.
Yes!
How are you?
We're
Nice
live
to see
to the
you.
world.
Hey.
64 viewers. Hey, look, Mari!
Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Rock on.
We were mirroring this feed from Tasmania. This woman,
That's awesome.
Miranda Gibson, has been in a tree for a year.
You're amazing.
To
oh my
save
God.
an ancient forest in Tasmania, you know, the island south of Australia.
Yeah.
And so she just did about an hour.
That's
feed,
incredible.
and she's going to be back on in about 6 hours, which is just about enough time to the end of the show.
Perfect. What's the weather like in Tasmania?
Look at that. It's sunny.
I know.
And they're like,
so
"Oh,
cold.
it's so warm down here."
Yeah.
Oh, Miranda.
It looks really beautiful out there.
Taxi!
Through the airport.
Yar.
If only. What's going on the live stream? How's everyone doing?
I was just saying how you should be doing more because you are a natural.
Oh, I need to do more, guys. I need to do more.
Yeah.
I don't know what I should do.
Lighting here. See?
What can I do it about? I don't know. There's so many
And
things that are
zoom
going
out.
on.
You like that, eh? You know?
Oh,
see?
wow. That's like...
You
He's
leave.
doing that without touching the camera. That's like high technology.
Are you sure?
Hey.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He has like
it's a new gadget. I
cord.
just got this new gadget, folks.
Damn.
You like that zoom, eh?
Yeah.
And the extreme wide angle too.
Oh, nice.
Well, at rallies and tight spots,
Yeah,
especially with police actions, twice as wide as you're normally
Very
used
good.
to, folks.
There's so many things to talk about, guys. It's unbelievable.
So you're going to be on Devine's show tonight?
No, I have to jet. It was my birthday yesterday, and I have some things to do.
A fellow Sag!
Yeah, Sag.
It's my birthday next week.
But I'll be back. I have to go talk to Devine for a minute, and
I have some shows that are coming up.
Yes, that's what I
they
like
have
to hear.
to develop first. So we have some cool stuff happening for sure.
Mari.
Anyway, I hope you guys checked out the stuff we did on Soup Stock. Good to know that Highland isn't dropped it, but let's just wait until another company picks it up. But really good for now. Anyway.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. It's in our archives. Whoa, look at that nice zoom, eh? You like that, folks, eh? Yar, only the shadow knows. Yeah, so that was Mari. I wish she would do more. She has done a lot. And Rise PDX. Yes. So in less than 2 hours, episode 61 in the not only Occupy Toronto's longest running show since week 1, and this is week 61, but the Occupy World's longest running weekly show ever, folks. Yeah, so Devine's First Nation show, yeah, and I've been proud to direct every single episode of the Devine Show, and we've live streamed from all over Canada for that show. Six Nations Reserve, Laval, Montreal, all over Toronto, and here, one of our favorite spots is right here at Kensington Market. We love live streaming from Kensington Market. It's just a thing of beauty. So in 6 hours, we will be mirroring more of Miranda's story. So mark it wherever you are watching it in the world or whatever time zone. It was 8:30 here, so 6 hours. That would make it 2:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Toronto's the same time zone as New York City and Washington. Ooh, smoke! Native?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Mari, you want to take some questions from the live chat?
Okay.
Yeah.
Brew up your questions for 2 minutes, and I'll be there.
Okay. Did you hear that, folks?
Brew up some questions.
Mari's going to take some questions. So throw some questions for Mari on the live chat. More Mari! More Mari! There's a chant. More Mari! Yay. More Mari! And she says, yay! Nice. Yeah, I love the coverage from Soup Stock. But you're in the middle of something.
Wait, what's that?
She's texting. Yes. Yar. Yes. So, and that'll be roughly around the end of Devine show, which starts in less than 2 hours. It starts 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, -5 GMT. That's 22:30 for those of you in metric clocks. Yar. Oh man, look! Can you feel the love from the live chat there, Mari? Come on!
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh.
How's it going? Hey.
You like that zoom, eh?
Are they natives? That's funny.
It's a new guy. Just grab this gadget. I love it.
Awesome.
Fuck! I gotta grab the flag because my wife has to repair it.
Yeah, grab it. Yes, they are from Six Nations Smoke Shop. That's the only question, guys. I think you could come up with something more creative than that. No? Just gotta put this in my bag. Hold on 1 second.
Yar.
Got a lot of stuff in here.
Nice. So that's Miranda, the woman that's been in the tree for a year.
Yeah.
Miranda Gibson.
You were saying that. So basically she's stopping what's going on?
I don't know much about the background. We were asked to mirror it. And that's what we're doing.
Okay.
You know, they're on their end. They're working through a few technical problems, but hey, that sister's got heart. So to be up in a tree for a year.
Are people bringing her water? Like, what is she doing?
I'm sure. I don't know. They have a website, observertree.org.
Okay, so observertree.org.
No,
ARG?
.org.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, got the ARG instead of the ORG.
Yeah.
So you guys didn't make it to the rally there. What happened?
I had food poisoning, and Richard was up north.
I thought he said he was supposed to come down.
He was going to, but
But then someone said
No
that he
rides,
was late
right?
or something.
yeah, no, I was really
Preview.
sad. I got food poisoning Sunday night.
You're showing less than 2 hours?
Mm-hmm. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, the 67
Yeah, the
viewers.
North American Union. Tell your
Wasn't
hat,
it-
man.
Wasn't a good
Was
documentary.
fucking crap, man. I
Okay.
give it a C triple minus, man. That's how fucking much it
Oh,
sucked.
at least
man.
didn't get enough, you know.
Well, you'll talk about that on your show.
was it not?
probably
Was
not,
it not good info or?
Well, see, for me, I know all that stuff, man. But
Hmm.
it was just a crappy fucking documentary, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's something else. Okay.
The North American Union documentary? I don't know. I didn't even
I
see
haven't
it yet.
seen
I
it.
just thought you.
No.
You're
When-
like, yeah, I
where is
love
that?
documentaries. My aunt had a copy, and I saw it. I was like, oh, let me borrow this. She's like, oh, I haven't seen it, so bring it back. And yeah, I can.
Yeah,
bring
actually,
it
if you
back.
can burn me a copy of that G20 thing.
Okay.
Here, I thought that was yours, and it wasn't. It
I'll
belonged to Anderson.
Which one?
The fucking G20.
You like that Zoom?
I still lent you one though.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
North
yeah,
American Union.
No, I lent you G20.
You did not. Then.
Devine,
Yeah,
have a
I
seat.
did. I
That
lent
was
you both.
Anderson.
Devine, have a seat. Have a seat.
Was
Am
it?
I wrong? Am I wrong to say that?
I did lend it to Anderson. Yeah.
You might have lent it to Anderson, but either way.
Okay. I'll give it back to you. You know who I lent it to?
No. I just want a copy of it.
Yeah. No, but you can have the case and stuff. I don't care.
That cost me.
Devine, folks.
That cost me $11, man.
It's supposed to be 10.
10. Where's my reimbursement, man?
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good documentary, and there's a bit after 9/11, so it was interesting.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
I got
We got
that
a
from
Zoom
fucking
now.
Derek himself, man.
We got to install the
Mhm.
Zoom yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I wanted to go to the rally. It was fucking Subway. It was
What'd you eat?
Oven roasted chicken breast.
Oh yeah.
Not
Everybody
good
loves the breast,
times.
man. I'm a
Not
breast
good
man.
Times. It was really
Eat like a boss. See that stupid fucking KFC commercial, man, where you can eat like a boss. Get 3 pieces of chicken and fucking something.
So, Devine, would you stay in a tree for a year?
That's nuts.
How would you fight the clear cutting of an ancient?
I'd plant hemp, man. You're fucking smoking the full flavors. Look at these motherfuckers. They're making me smoke the lights.
That's not even. What
They're making me smoke the lights as they're throwing their full flavor in my face.
And you do.
Didn't even offer me if I wanted full flavor. Saw me smoking the light.
And we thanked our sponsor, All Natural Natives, the Mohawk. Oh, God, it's a duck.
Delicious. I went up there to the little Mayan ceremony they had
Where?
in
The herb.
Six
That's right,
Nations.
Fred. You know.
At Six Nations, yeah.
Where?
In Oshwegan.
What about Oshwegan, man?
There was a fire ceremony on Wednesday on 12/12/12.
Yeah, I know that.
I was
Oh,
there.
yeah?
I went there. I missed Toad, the land defender. It was her court date too, and I missed that because both were happening at the same time, and that went pretty well. She's representing herself.
So Mari was supposed to help me plan the baby shower that's happening this Saturday.
But I just found out about.
Ask her how that went, man.
I just found
Ask her
out
how
about
the planning went, man.
You didn't. Come on. How is that any of my fault? It's both of our faults.
What?
I didn't know
I
if anything was
fucking
happening.
put on the Facebook page, man.
What? I didn't even know there was a Facebook page.
Well,
No
see,
one
you should
even
be on
invited me.
Facebook. 'Cause I sent you a
I am
fucking
on
invitation.
Facebook.
Wasn't even
Okay.
sure we were still Facebook
Oh.
friends, man.
No, man, I'm still out there.
Yeah,
We're
well,
still
better
friends.
check your Facebook, man.
I invited you to do something recently, too.
Yeah, you did. Some,
Yeah.
what was
So
it?
we are Facebook friends.
What was it?
I can't remember. I think it was the... No,
Some
it was
lame
Ryan.
white person's party, man.
No, it was not. Don't be racist.
Where's that? It was. You know it was.
No, it actually was something really fun. I'm going to remember, and I'm going to tell you. It's going to be hilarious.
Devine Stra. That's right. No herb today, man.
Mm.
See, they're making me smoke the lights. See what happens when you smoke the lights?
It's not
What?
good.
You're not getting full satisfaction, man.
You're not getting
Yeah.
delight? Full?
Delight?
Full.
Delight?
You're
Yeah,
not
man.
as delightful, eh? When you're
Mm-mm.
smoking delights.
Go delightfuls. So what are you going to do on your show today?
We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, man.
Decolonize. The CAP rally that you were at with I Don't Know More rally on Monday, and
Some other stuff, man.
Pascat, 3 suspense on her hunger strike, and lots of other stuff. And that's coming up in...
Did you hear General Mal's in Ottawa, man? What's going on there, man? Yeah, there's something that was going on.
I don't know about anything happening in Ottawa.
Yeah, me neither, man.
Not until I know I Don't Know More is on the 21st in Ottawa.
That's right, man.
Right? I got to fucking work that day, too. I have to work at 6
We're live
p.m.,
streaming
so...
that. We're live streaming that.
Yeah, Facebook friends get lights only. That's right, man.
Oh.
Next time you see Mari on her show, remind her, man.
I didn't give you any
She
lights.
didn't offer me the full flavor,
Those
man.
aren't mine.
Those are
What
mine.
are you smoking? Holy
I
fuck,
know.
she's smoking the lights, too.
Yeah. I didn't even realize they were lights, so I bought them.
Fuck, we better smoke a full flavor of the captains together, man.
Yarr.
Balance out the stress.
You know, the captain smokes the good stuff, eh?
Gotta love it.
Full flavor. Flavor.
Oh, I'm smoking full fucking flavor, man.
I saw a video of the rally. It looked pretty good. A little video on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up to the camp soon, man.
You
For
have
sure.
to, you have
I'm
to.
trying to, man.
Camp's
but I
awesome.
fucking asked Richard like 4 times when it's good time. But he
We're
told
good.
me that you guys have a cabin up there now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We just got a cabin built. Got to put the...
And I just met 2 of his friends actually last week.
Who'd you meet?
Oh, fuck.
Johnny?
It might have been. I saw him
Yeah,
at Eaton Center or something like that.
Oh, no way. Right on.
When I met Darth Vader, man. Darth Vader was on the street that
Wait
day,
a
man.
minute.
He was pushing the force on us, man.
Get out of here.
He was, man.
Wait a minute.
Come to the dark side.
No, I'm scared.
I tried to get Darth to smoke and come to the green side, but he insisted on staying evil, man.
The green side.
Instead of the black side.
Talking about the green side, we should probably get on the green side soon, man.
Get on the magic bus.
So, how does this lady in the tree get food and water?
I'm sure she
just put a washcloth? She hasn't washed her hair in a year?
Fuck, she must stink.
well,
You know she won't be
they
getting
got the
laid
solar
tonight,
showers.
man.
No,
You
no,
know
they-
she won't be getting
Probably
laid.
not.
Yeah,
Why not?
because they say if it smells like trout, get the fuck out.
Whoa. Are the kids asleep yet?
That's a niche thing, man. If it smells like trout, get the fuck out. If it smells like chicken, keep on licking, man.
Oh!
And you know she ain't smelling like no chicken, man.
No, chicken.
I mean, look how ugly she is.
Oh,
not ugly.
come
Don't say
on. No.
You know how much booze I need?
No,
for that, man?
come on.
See,
Hey,
look,
even talk about
Because
that.
I said that, look at that, Captain. We
Hey,
lost the
boo.
internet connection.
Yeah,
See?
because you're being negative. Creators stopping the
Positive.
signals because you're talk nicely. The poor girl's been up there for a year in a tree.
Come on.
That's awesome. That's solid. I would
I-
do her on that fact alone, no matter what she looked like.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 paper bags, folks.
Oh.
Hardy, har, har, har.
Oh.
How's the baby? Are you loving
Good.
it or what?
Good, Bob.
How are the diaper changes?
All right.
Yeah, those are the grossest. I'm okay.
Oh, man.
Thanks, though. Are they that much better?
Signal is freezing up.
Mm-mm.
It's all right, man.
Okay,
Oh, no, it says perfect
so
streaming.
we should head over,
Yeah, we should, man.
and then
Where
in
you guys
about an
going?
hour and a half
Go
or
to my
so,
house if you want to come
we'll
by.
be
Okay.
live.
I have to go meet Richard, actually.
Okay, well, if you guys feel like coming by, let me know.
But we're probably going to be going up soon, so I can let you know very soon. I just don't, Saturday, I'm going to try to get work off to come to the baby shower. We'll see what's he up and in. But, yeah.
Yeah,
What time?
man. 2 to 6 p.m., man.
2 to 6. Okay. Awesome. Well, if I don't have to work, I can even come a little earlier or something. But, yeah, camp stuff is really good. You know that the last hearing of the settlement went through legislature, so checks are going to be cut soon.
Which checks?
Thinking after Christmas, the government money for the fucking land.
There's Cayuga.
No, up at Christian Island.
Yes.
So who's actually getting that money?
People over 21 that are registered to that reserve, so they could just live in Toronto. They can live anywhere, really not even be on the land, and they get a measly fucking 10 grand. You can't even buy a quarter of a car with 10 grand, let alone a house for the rights to their
See,
land.
maybe you should get married right now, man. Then you'll get the 10 grand because it's looking
He
like
opted out of that. Ew, he's not gonna fucking take
right.
that.
So
10
hey,
grand
man.
to give up your rights and
Yeah.
no, it's already bad enough with the fucking
Well, you
status
know,
card.
we actually need to have a meeting ASAP about the status card stuff, man, because there's a guy in 6 that's been bugging me for a meeting here,
For that
man.
international license thing?
No, just to get rid of the status card, man.
All right. Yeah, because you have to do it in Brantford, apparently. You have to go to the court in Brantford. I don't know why. That was one of the original setups.
Yeah, well, I'm going to talk to my guy,
Mm-hmm.
see what he has to say, man. Let's get the fuck out of here, Captain.
All right.
Alrighty, let me do
Bye,
some
live stream.
paperwork. Let me
Paper.
sign off.
All right, man. The captain is signing off.
Okay. So, folks,
Here's the thing, because I need the fucking cookies.
yeah, so the mean show in about an hour and a half, and then in about 6 hours or so, we will be on Miranda's story. So we're going to tune out here, and we'll see you in about an hour and 45 minutes, because it's 8:45 now, and Devine's show starts at 10:30. So peace out. Yar. We'll see you soon. With Devine's new co-host, his 3-week-old son. Okay. Ciao,
No, I don't think
folks.
that I did.
Yeah, it's his
See you on the live chat.
Oh, you even have a braid in your hair. Nice, nice.